Welcome, Yo Bro Nation, back to the Yo Bro Nation YouTube channel right here on YouTube.com. I am Zach, and I am here with your Monday Night Raw Classic review. My gosh, my mouse is not wanting to do anything that I am telling it to do. Damn freaking mouse. Good morning, everyone. This is your second Monday Night Raw Classic review of this morning here on March the 18th. Yay, YouTube, I guess. You know, it sucks. As I said in the previous video, being sick and everything really sucks because it really put me back. I've gotten, my girlfriend sent me. Hold on, guys. Dieting and exercising and all this stuff. My fat body has got to get skinny. But yes, welcome into your Monday Night Raw Classic review. WrestleMania season, everyone. Not only is it WrestleMania season here in the current time, but it is WrestleMania season in the past, actually, on this very day. It's funny how I set up, right? I set up to do this year. I started with the Raw, or the Raw after the Rumble, and and I've been going ever since, right? And I found it amazing that I've actually timed or linked up with the Raw each morning that I'm doing these, syncing up with the Raws that we're doing now on the exact same date. So basically, all year long, these Raws are going to fall on the same day. And it's going to be 12 years, 13 years to the day that these Raws occurred. And it's just, 13, geez, 23? Yeah, 23 years. That is insane. When you really think about it, 23 years. How much has changed in 23 years? My gosh, my kids are... my son is half that. You know what I mean? My son is half that. He turned 13. He's going to be 14. It's just insane. It is. It's insane. I can't believe it. Let's go real quick, though. Real quick, patreon.com/YoBroNation1. I'm not going to plug Patreon too hard. Patreon is optional, okay? You guys can go there. I have 6 tiers. 6 tiers you guys can choose from. You guys get exclusives on there. I'm actually up on there right now is both episode 1 and episode 2 of the excuse me, of the Monday Morning Creative. You guys get to vote on what's our next classic, our retro rewind reviews. You guys get to see that early. You guys get to see me actually watch it when I do it, I'm going to do that this week. I'm actually doubling up. I am doubling up on videos this weekend. Saturday is going to be a super busy day, as I'm going to have a couple videos. I'm going to have both my retro rewind, and I'm doing a best of the best countdown. The poll is up today. The poll is up. You guys got today and tomorrow to vote. And then Wednesday I'll be recording it, and it will be going up on the channel. For Patreons first. Patreon members get to see it first, and then it will be public on Saturday for everybody else. Thursday, actually. Thursday. Yeah, because it's 2 days early. So Thursday it'll be up on Patreon. You guys get to watch me watch it. Then I'll get to record it and, fun stuff. So you guys get to watch my review. That will be exclusive to Patreon. Same thing with Best of the Best. You guys get to get both of those will be up on Saturday. So, or up on Thursday and then live for everyone else on Saturday. So, I mean, you gotta love it, right? You gotta love it. It's just awesome. I don't know. I love Patreon, but that's all I'm going to do about Patreon. I'm not going to push Patreon too much because it's not Patreon that I'm really trying to force down people's throats. Because it's not the breadwinner. What the breadwinner is this, teepublic.com/YoBroNation. Brand new merch. We got not one, but two brand new YoBro Mania t-shirts. You got this, the 1.5, with the classic red, white, and blue logo. You got the YoBro over it. It's a WrestleMania-themed, WrestleMania-inspired t-shirt. You gotta love these things. They're funny. It's kind of a take on the Kevin Owens shirt. I love that thing, and I wanted one and never got it. So I made my own. How about that? This one's actually white, but it's the YoBro Mania original version. Just the classic WrestleMania logo. Oh, the thing is so beautiful. The old logo. You've got to love this stuff. Of course, then you also got the new veteran cop-inspired support t-shirt. You got the black and white with the blue stripe to support our veterans and our police force and our firefighters. It's a worthy cause. And what I've decided to do, I didn't announce this in the first video, but I'm going to talk about it now. This t-shirt will, any money that I make from this t-shirt specifically, I am going to donate to my local firefighter and police office here locally. That's what I'm going to do. You guys can say, well, that's stupid. You're just trying to get money. Well, maybe I am, but it's going to go to a worthy cause. So, and I'll show receipts. It doesn't matter to me, but that's the plan. That this stuff's going to go to my police and my firefighters because they deserve it. And some might donate to the VA. So hopefully this gets sold. Then there's this shirt. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. I love it. I should have ordered this one, but it's my YoBro Nation Queen, my Queen-inspired YoBro Nation t-shirt. Oh my god, the thing is, I can't wait to have it and put it on and look sexy in it. I mean, the thing is just, it's fantastic. It is so fantastic. Right? So, yeah, that's all I can say. That stuff's there, but you guys can go, there's free ways you can help us too. If you're not looking to pay anything, you can like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Just like the video, share the video. You can go to our Facebook and our Twitter, and you guys can go there, like, and follow us on there. I do tweet out on Mondays, so you guys will be able to obviously go and do that. And that stuff, all of that is free. It's all free for you guys to do. So let's go ahead. Let's get into this. I think I've bantered enough about all my stuff. You guys get it. I don't have to plug this all the time, but I do have to plug it because otherwise people might not know. So, opening package shows the Madison Square Garden show with Diesel turning on Shawn at Madison Square Garden. Plus, they show, tonight's going to be Bret versus, such and such. Plus, Billionaire Ted shows his true colors, which, like I said in the last video, it gets dark. It gets dark. It gets dark. So the opening match is Jake Roberts versus the British Bulldog with Jim Cornette. Jake comes out, and he's wrestling the Bulldog, and he looks pretty good in this match. He does. Bulldog gets frustrated, gets out of the ring, gets back in. You get some DDT chants. Jake attempts the DDT a couple times. Bulldog finally gets the advantage by pushing him into the corner with some shoulder blocks. They talk about how Bulldog and Owen are in the Final Four of the tag team tournament and how they're going to face, I believe they face the Godwins. They're going to face the Godwins on Superstars with the chance to go to the finals. Excuse me. The British Bulldog, though, he starts stomping away on Jake the Snake Robber. Actually hits his face. Jake starts making a comeback. Bulldog hits him from behind after Cornette distracts Jake. Jake decides to get out of the ring. Goes and grabs his bag, which has Revelation in it. Revelation is his snake. He starts chasing Cornette. He ends up getting counted out while he's out in the aisleway and then looks all stunned like, ugh, I got counted out. So Bulldog wins this by countout. It's just set up for what comes up later. That's really, seriously, all this was just some setup for later. Jake loses via countout. It was okay. It's another, it's there. Okay, this wasn't a great match by at all. So they show more training highlights of... I put replay because I thought they were going to replay it. But it's just more training highlights. A lot of the same thing as you just saw. But they did have this nice little bit with Sean. Sean talking about, he remembers the first time he, after he got done with his training with Jose, he packed up his little car and he was leaving his parents' driveway and he's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So he says, I went and I called you. And he's talking to Jose. He says, I called you. He says, I've never wrestled before outside of training. He's like, what were all these squats for? I don't know what I'm doing. He says, look, about to leave. What do I do? He said that Jose told him to be quiet, to listen, and to learn. And that if he ever stopped learning, it was time to hang it up. I liked that. That was a nice little moment. Then they showed some more Bret doing his thing. Says, this ain't a dance marathon. He says, we're not here to dance. This is probably the biggest wrestling match we've ever had. He talks about, he has fans. His kids at Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels fan, has the hat, has the glasses. So it's like this wave of momentum. For the first time, he feels like, he's actually got things working against him. He says, but, he's got fans too. He says he feels bad and feels like he's wronged them because, he's been beat up and pounded for the last 5 months, and he's finally going to get to have a match where he can actually show his wrestling skill. This one I actually liked better than the one they had last week. A lot better. Fatu versus Goldust with Marlena. Goldust comes out wearing a kilt, is trying to play mind games with Fatu. Piper ends up on the phone. Fatu starts hot. He's, beating up Goldust, got the advantage, starts slapping Goldust's butt underneath the kilt. Piper gets on the phone, and Lawler's like, why? He's wearing a skirt. He makes it look, and he's like, look, you think it's funny. He thinks it's funny. It's not funny. He says, you and him, you wear it, it's a skirt. When I wear it, it's a kilt. He says, you two can have your fun. He says, because WrestleMania and the backlot brawl, it ain't going to be fun. He says, no breakaway. He says, I'm real. Listen, I'm being serious. He says, no breakaway chairs, no funny tables. He says, it's anything goes. It's going to be a fight. He says, it's where I do my best work. And during all that, Goldust makes a comeback, hits the curtain call, gets the 3 count, and wins the match. And that was that. It was just mainly for Piper to talk and run smack on Goldust. And Goldust got the victory. So we get... it was an okay match. Highlights of Warriors past WrestleMania. They show him beating the Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 8. Yeah, WrestleMania 8, I believe. Then they show... this challenge that was made by Jake Roberts, Yokozuna, and Ahmed Johnson. How they challenged Vader, Owen Hart, and British Bulldog to a 6-man tag at WrestleMania instead of it being the one-on-one. Vince brings out and interviews Jim Cornette, Vader, Owen Hart, and the British Bulldog. Cornette says, basically, he's like, look, we accept. Says, but look, this ain't going to be a fair fight. He says, you guys need 5 more guys for this fight to even be fair, to make it even. Owen and Bulldog cut little promos. Call Jake slimy, Bulldog, I'm the strongest man in the World Wrestling Federation, blah, blah, blah. Cornette then calls Yokozuna an ingrate and an idiot, says he brought me in to be his, his English representation. He says, but all he wanted to do was listen to Mr. Fuji. He says, but where's Mr. Fuji now? In the hospital with a mysterious leg injury. He says, I don't know how it happened. He fell down them stairs out of nowhere. He says, and I was even standing behind him, so I don't know what happened. Basically, he's saying, I pushed him down the fucking stairs. So it's like, so yeah, we accept. Vince says, okay, well, we have this pre-recorded comments, in case you said yes. So it's Yokozuna says, Cornette, maybe it's you who needs the English lesson. Jake Roberts reveals that if they win, Yokozuna gets 5 minutes with Jim Cornette after the match. Jim Cornette, what? He gets 5 minutes with me? Motherfucker! Jim Cornette is fucking awesome. So yeah, this set up the 6-man tag for WrestleMania, so now we have a new match. So we know now it's going to be Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, Undertaker versus the Big Daddy Cool Diesel, and now we know we have a 6-man tag with these 6 individuals. Up next, Barry Horowitz versus Diesel. They showed the highlights from Madison Square Garden of Undertaker coming out, Diesel coming out, and them two just fighting it out into the crowd. Diesel coming back in with the chair, cracking Undertaker, cracking Bret, getting them disqualified, and then afterwards actually hitting Shawn Michaels with the chair. They said, here is a comment, though, after the match from the apron, Shawn Michaels. And all is Shawn Michaels being helped out says, I'm going to kick his 7-foot ass. So Diesel checks under the ring, but's acting cool, you know, like, oh, nothing's wrong, I'm just checking. Diesel just repeatedly kneed Horowitz in the corner. Paul Bearer then immediately comes out, makes his way to the ring with the casket. Diesel's distracted. Horowitz comes up, hits Diesel in the face, starts getting some shots in, goes for, you know, runs the ropes, comes back, gets a big boot. Diesel covers him, still staring at the casket, just two hands touching Horowitz. Horowitz kicks out, then he just punches him in the face, covers him, 1, 2, 3, match is over. Afterwards, Diesel grabs a wrench from the, you know, the wrenches that they turn, the ropes to tighten them, grabs that, goes to the casket, opens it, and oh my god, it's Diesel himself! Oh my god, Diesel's there! Oh my god, Diesel, brother, Diesel? Yeah, Diesel's in the ring, oh yeah. So Diesel's in the casket. You find out later on that they actually pre-recorded Diesel in there, put some makeup on him, because they had a fake that looked too waxy, so they put Diesel in. Kevin Nash got in, put some makeup on, they recorded the close-up shots, but it was actually Glenn Jacobs Kane who was in the casket real time when they were recording it live. So, you know, Diesel, you know, just, he's stunned, he's bewildered, as Vince McMahon screamed into the microphone. Ah, look, he's got some snarky looks for the fans. 1, 2, 3 Kid and Tatanka and DiBiase are in the locker room. 1, 2, 3 Kid, Mr. Waltman, notices the camera and runs and ducks and hides. Like, we know you're aligned with DiBiase. Like, why are you running? So, promo for next week's Raw. It's going to be Shawn Michaels versus one half of the New Rockers, Leif Cassidy, a.k.a. Al Snow. And it's going to be Ahmed Johnson versus Owen Hart next week on Raw. Main event time. Main event time. It's going to be, I hate how my paper, for some reason, always does this. Just don't get it. Bret Hart versus Tatanka. Tatanka, of course, with Ted DiBiase with him at ringside. Bret's in control at the beginning of this. He's kind of wrestling Tatanka down. Both guys are kind of going back and forth. Tatanka hits him with a clothesline. The 1, 2, 3 comes out to ringside, stands by DiBiase. They're kind of talking back and forth. Tatanka's in control. He's keeping the pace nice and slow. Hits Bret with a knee into the gut. Drops a big elbow on him. Bret starts to recover. Gets a small package only for a 2 count. Tatanka hits him with a clothesline. You got Tatanka. It's got Bret inside headlock. Bret starts to try to fight back, but gets slammed for his trouble. So Tatanka's really like putting pressure on Bret, keeping Bret down, not giving him any space to breathe. Bret hits Tatanka as he's coming off the top rope in the gut. Bret starts to build momentum, starts doing his moves, side Russian leg sweep, running Bulldog, backbreaker, the elbow. Starts to set him up for a sharpshooter. DiBiase gets on the ropes, starts distracting him. 1, 2, 3 Kid gets on the other side of the apron while the ref's being distracted by DiBiase. Grabs Bret from behind. Tatanka runs the ropes to go, I guess, pummel. Bret actually hits the Kid, knocks him off the apron. Bret rolls him up into Schoolboy. 1, 2, 3. Bret Hart wins the match. I mean, these last 2 weeks, now this was a good 10, 12-minute match. It was a really good television match. But none of these matches have been exciting. Like, none of them. None of them were, like, so exciting that you just were like, oh, man. Thanks, babe. So, again, Raw was good. This was a nice little thing. But Raw ends with the Federal Turner Commission meeting with billionaire Ted and his constituents just grilling him. He was not his goofy self this week. You know, they're asking him questions, and he was very dismissive of everything. And then he showed his true colors. He's like, you know, he just went, you know, they need me. to be, you know, everything. They want me to control everything. And he says, I am trying to put the World Wrestling Federation out of business. I just want to make money. And he just goes on this diatribe, and it gets dark. Like, go back and watch it. You can find it on YouTube. It gets dark. So, and then afterwards, after the whole little bit, they talk about how the Time Warner is trying to merge with Turner Broadcasting Stations. And they said that if the merger happens, you know, he'll own over 50% of all cable services. And this is, if you're concerned as we are, here's an address and a phone number of a person you can contact to stop it. Like, he essentially, I think, would have owned USA at this point. I don't know everything that was going on behind the scenes at this time. I don't. And I don't really care, because I didn't know then, and I didn't know now, and it's not really a need. I don't need to go into it. We all know what happened. You know, he lost. Irregardless of whatever happened, he lost. So that was it. So yeah, that was your Raw. That was your Raw for this week. It was an okay Raw. It was. Again, it felt like another filler episode, just like the one from last week. It felt like filler. And I guess filler's okay. Sometimes, God, next week's the Go Home Raw before WrestleMania 12. God, I hope it's a good episode. I know it's going to be Shawn in a match, and you're going to have Owen. So hopefully it's a good episode. But it was another pre-recorded episode. I'm pretty sure. Oh, man. That's all I can say. It's just, oh, man. So, but that's going to do it for me. I am done here. I know, I keep looking at stuff. I gotta do things. So yeah, that's it. Raw next week. Shawn Michaels is in action. Owen versus Ahmed Johnson. Should be a good Raw. It's the Go Home next week. Hope everyone is ready. Remember, check our social media. Go on there, Twitter, Facebook. You guys can go to Patreon. You guys can go to TeePublic. You guys can support us, like, share, and subscribe. I am Zach with your Monday Night Claw Classic review. Does that make any freaking sense? You know what the fudge I'm talking about. You see it. I'll see you guys next week. Actually, no, I'll see you guys tonight for Monday Night Raw. Peace out.